the classification of vitamins, which includes water-soluble vitamins and fat-soluble vitamins. Fat-soluble include A, D, E, K, while water-soluble B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B9, B12, vitamin C. Now we will learn the name of each one of them later, and now coming to the different functions of biological role of vitamins, which we had discussed in the last slide, that it has a regulatory role, it controls enzymatic activity, it serves as a coenzyme, and it has a role in energy metabolism. Before that, I'd like to know that I show you what is an enzyme. This is the structure of an enzyme. This is the whole total of it is called a holoenzyme. It is in turn made of an apoenzyme, the light blue color. This part of the enzyme is called the coenzyme. So most of the vitamins form this region. Okay, so it is only when the coenzyme joins with the apoenzyme it forms a fully functional enzyme. Now this is the catalytic site, or the site where the substrate can bind, and the reaction takes place in the catalytic site. This is the region where the minerals attach, that is most of the minerals like manganese, magnesium, or whatever the enzyme has a cofactor will attach to this region. So there is a cofactor needed for the enzyme and a coenzyme needed for the enzyme. Mostly all vitamins form the coenzymes. So this is how the apoenzyme is a major part of the enzyme to which the coenzyme should attach, as well as a cofactor should attach. Then only it becomes a fully functional holoenzyme. So that's why I included this diagram. Now coming to a reaction in which to show an example of how this reaction need not be studied for. This is just an example to understand how your enzyme, that is the vitamins, will help your body. Now this is the N5-methyl tetrahydrofolate. So tetrahydrofolate is a form of folic acid. You know what is folic acid, how it interferes with the general functioning of the body and developmental development growth of the fetus. Now this is the tetrahydrofolate. This along with vitamin B12. Okay, that is also a vitamin. It forms tetrahydrofolate. This tetrahydrofolate has a major role in the conversion of the homocysteine to methionine. So this is very important. This is a reaction that involves both the folic acid and vitamin B12. So likewise, there are many other functions of folic acid. This is just one vitamin that we are taking into consideration. So similarly, the other vitamins also have their own function. So folic acid has the main function of conversion of homocysteine to methionine, conversion of serine to glycine, and synthesis of thymidyllic acid, the synthesis of purines and histidine metabolism, as well as synthesis of glycine. So you may be finding the term like, or the names like methionine, serine, glycine, histidine as new. Or if you are familiar with amino acids, you know that the first amino acid that gets attached is the methionine, and its genetic code or nucleotide code is AUG. So similarly, there are many other essential vitamins, amino acids that are required by our body. Essential amino acid means those amino acids that the body cannot produce. So it need to be provided through the diet. So likewise, we get methionine through rice. So all these essential that is amino acids. So the essential amino acids, I missed out the O here. Okay. So okay. So continuing, the essential amino acids can be learned by mnemonics like I for isoleucine, love leucine, L Lucy. I love Lucy very much. that is I for isoleucine, L for leucine, that is leuci for lysine, veri is for valine, and M for methionine. Please try to help arginine. That is the mnemonic that you can study. I love Lucy very much. Please try to help arginine. P is for phenylalanine. Tri is for tryptophan. T is for threonine. H is for histidine, which is a semi-essential one. Arginine is a semi-essential one again. So it can also be like you can also learn the essential amino acid using this mnemonic. That is, any help in learning these little molecules prove truly valuable. The first letters, that is A for arginine, H for histidine, I for isoleucine, Le for leucine, okay, and TH for threonine, L for lysine, M for methionine, P for phenylalanine, 3R for tryptophan, VA for valine. So all these will help in, I think this is more convenient for you to study. So any help in learning these little molecules proves truly valuable. Any help in learning these little molecules proves truly valuable. If you remember this sentence, then you can remember the first letters of all these essential amino acids. So this is a simple technique of how you can remember, if you can learn the name of amino acids. Another one is for learning essential amino acid is TV till 8 p.m. There are a total of 8 essential amino acids, and 2 of them we had already seen is semi-essential. So for this we can say TV. TV means tryptophan, valine. T threonine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine. Okay, and 8 is the essential amino acid number. P is for phenylalanine and M is for methionine. You can use either of the three mnemonics according to your convenience for learning essential amino acids, which is not the part of our topic, but again in biochemistry or in later on in your further studies, if you want to remember such amino acids, this will be very convenient. Now coming to the vitamin balance disorders, we know that there are different problems related to vitamin deficiency, that is called a negative balance, or if there is an excessive amount of vitamin, there is also a problem. Partial vitamin deficiency with clinical or biochemical symptoms is called hypovitaminosis, and an extreme form of vitamin deficiency, that is there is no vitamins in the body, that condition is called avitaminosis. If only one vitamin is absent, it is called monohypovitaminosis. If more than one vitamin is deficient, it is called polyhypovitaminosis. In some cases, there is an excessive storage of vitamins in tissue. In such condition, it is called hypervitaminosis. This is mostly common in case of fat-soluble vitamins. Hypovitaminosis and avitaminosis are manifested by retarded growth in juveniles. These symptoms have high diagnostic values in the case of disordered metabolism or impaired biological functions exhibited in hypovitaminosis. This shows that how the regulatory action of the vitamin is involved in it. Hypovitaminosis results from intrinsic factors and extrinsic factors. So the exogenous factors or extrinsic factors include an unbalanced or vitamin poor diet and changes in the intestinal bacterial population. This may be due to the intake of antibiotics. Whenever you consume antibiotics, you always have to take a vitamin supplement because your intestinal flora will change. That is, the intestinal flora is the main microorganisms which are involved in the synthesis of bacteria. So once you consume antibiotics, these bacteria get killed. So in order to compensate for that loss of bacteria, you need to take up certain multivitamins during antibiotic consumption. Then endogenous factors of hypovitaminosis include, there is some absorption or transport, that is disorders in the absorption and transport of vitamins. Okay, now coming to the detailed functions and deficiencies of major vitamins. First one is vitamin A. The name of vitamin A is retinol. This is retina. You can relate it to the eye. So the deficiency of vitamin A is related to eyes. So retinol is very important for eyesight. So it leads to a mild deficiency in vitamin A leads to night blindness. In severe cases, it leads to xerophthalmia, which affects the eye, keratomalacia, that is thickening of the cornea of the eye, pheroderma, that is thickening of the skin of a body. Bitot spots are seen in the eyes, which I'll show you in the later slides. Now, this major source of vitamin A, we always know that it is like the orange and yellow vegetables like carrot, tomatoes, and also it includes egg yolk, milk, and green leafy vegetables also. But the rich source of vitamin A is orange vegetables, which includes carrot, that you can remember very easily. The vitamin A is chemically related to carotid, which is a provitamin. So it is involved in regulation of cell differentiation and normal growth in juveniles, steroid metabolism in the adrenal cortex, synthesis of visual pigments, rhodopsin, iodopsin, which is involved in that is very important for normal vision and visual adaptation. So I had already said that the deficiency causes xerophthalmia and keratomalacia. So here the night blindness is the first symptom of vitamin A deficiency. Later the eyes become hemorrhagic, encrusted, infected, that is called xerophthalmia, and then it will lead to loss of weight and will also inhibit growth in the organ, that is in the person who is afflicted by this deficiency. Now coming to the next, vitamin D. It's called as calciferol. Nowadays, it is very common that most of the people do not have exposure to sunlight. So why does sunlight is essential for the vitamin D? So in order for the vitamin D to be synthesized in the body, we require sunlight. So that is why we do not have enough vitamin D, because most of us are indoors, and most of us work in an air-conditioned room. Such people will have a deficit of vitamin D. This is very common in the present day situations. So vitamin D, we can obtain vitamin D from the sources like milk, egg yolk, animal fats, and it is practically absent from vegetable oils, and this is how it is available from the dairy products. And the function of is that it is involved, or it promotes the absorption and utilization of calcium and phosphorus and maintains the normal development of bones and teeth. It is required for the mobilization of calcium from bones and promotes the renal absorption of calcium phosphate. And the deficiency will cause rickets in children and osteomalacia in adults, that is the bending of the legs, arching of the legs, leg bones occurs when there is deficiency of vitamin D. It also leads to joint pain. Presently, the present condition is that is in individuals with deficiency in vitamin D, they experience a lot of body pain and bone, that is joint pains. Then vitamin E, it is also called as tocopherol. Here there is a no missing, TOCOPHEROL, tocopherol. Tocopherol is abundant, or vitamin E is abundant in natural oils, green tea, nuts, like cashew nut, almonds, etc. So it is very essential for the normal growth. Okay, and it is of the sex organs and the endocrine organs, and it is needed for the continuation of pregnancy, and it is required for the normal childbirth. It controls the